on YouTube. So to everybody out there, hello, hola, konnichiwa, salam, ciao, namaste. Peace to all. This is the Pink Elephant in the Room conversation, and we are going to be having a discussion about simply the of expressing the self. Why why is it so important to express who you are as a person? Because you live in a day and age that if you don't say what you truly feel, you will end up regretting it later. And saying what you feel to express your feelings of what you like or what you dislike is vitally important to the situation of life, of balancing who you are. If there's something you tremendously do not like, through your anger or through your own self, because anger is a natural emotion of who you are, expressing that no is vitally important. If you're vitally important, if you feel in a sense very passionate about something that you feel is important to your life, to your well-being, or whatever is going on around you, express that. There are times where you're going to have people who don't like what you have to express, but that is none of their concern, because all that matters at the end of the day is what you feel deep inside, who you are, and the importance of expressing that towards everybody no matter what, because of the simple fact that it doesn't matter what they say, it doesn't matter what your parents or your family say. All that matters is what you feel truly inside. And later on we'll discuss about this, probably later on this week, but you have to look within yourself. You can't be concerned with what other people think, other people's opinion, and then add that to your opinion. That is unimportant. None of that is important right now. All that's important is what you feel deep inside is important to your well-being of growing who you truly are at the end of the day. Whether you decide to be a writer, whether it's to be a singer, whether it's to be a business person, whether it's to be a great speaker, whether it's to be a life coach, no matter what, express that. We have to be willing to express any way, shape, or form of who we are, instead of allowing people to tell us that, oh, you're this way at times, but then you act this way, and that's weird to me. It doesn't matter what they think is weird about you. And shout out to the people out there that are weird and express that. It's important to be who you are. You can't allow someone to put a case on who you are, put you in a container, there we go, as who you are, and think that that's how it should be. You shouldn't express yourself in this way, you shouldn't express yourself in that way. It's not good to do those things. But the question is, who wrote the rules to that? Who made the regulations to that? Think about that for a sec. Because there are no rules and regulations. However, there are moral standards that are taught to you constantly and consistently, especially when we're young, that are to make us feel as though you shouldn't be too ambitious and do X, Y, and Z. You should stay in one area and that's what you should do. And you should enjoy whatever you enjoy. I enjoy talking about the science of the soul, but I also enjoy making people laugh. I enjoy other things, playing games. I enjoy things that stimulate the mind and grow the mind and evolve the mind. I enjoy exercise. I enjoy meditation. I enjoy nature. I enjoy a plethora of things. I enjoy doing business. I enjoy a lot of things at once. That does not mean though I should stay in one lane because someone told me to. And on top of that, you have to realize no matter what's going on in life, it's this is all a choice of who you are, not what people say you should be, but what you choose to be, what you call forth to be. Not worrying about the fact of, for example, in my own experience, when I was growing my business, my parents really weren't willing to help me They felt it was a waste of time. But in this day and age, I feel it's vitally important that you help your children, you work with them, you express and encourage them because of the simple fact that these are the children of tomorrow, and including myself. By telling us to work a job or to go to a 9 to 5, to not grow and express ourselves, you are allowing them to play the same game that you grew up in, instead of finding another way that works for them to grow who they are. Many people call the what we call the generation Y and the millennials the generation that feels that they should get whatever they want, in a sense, that they are, what's the word I'm looking for, that they simply deserve these things, in a sense. And in a sense you do, but you need nothing at the end of the day. You can get whatever you desire, and you deserve whatever you desire. However, we live in a world of people who feel like, oh well, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that, if you don't work hard, if you don't do this. You do what works for you to grow who you are. Of course, nothing is going to simply be handed to you unless you choose to create ways for that to even happen in the first place. It's all a matter of creativity of the soul, expression, manifestation, growth, and the belief within who you are as a three-part being to grow those things within who you truly are. Are you willing to express that within yourself? Are you willing to fight against the fights that most people aren't willing to fight? Because even in my experience, I don't personally, at times, especially back then, I did not like to be confrontational with my family when it came to my business or anything. So sometimes you're going to have family members who are going to tell you what to do. Express yourself in the kindest way possible. And one of my own experiences of how I express that is I will be polite enough to say okay and listen and understand. But at the end of the day, all that matters is what I truly desire, which is to grow my business, to grow my broadcasting, my science, and to create something wonderful for the world to then explore and push themselves even further. It's it's important to push yourself to where you desire. You live in this life as of now. This is your life as of now. Make it a beautiful life to who you truly are. Do not let someone stop you from doing what you desire, because that's what many people do. We decide to let things stop us due to our thoughts. We don't reach to our highest thought, our first thought of who we are, and seeing, is this going to happen? Is this going to work? We question ourselves, and it should never be a question. It should simply be intentional that I desire, I choose, I'm sorry, I call forth to manifest this, and I'm being this person who is making it happen, who is manifesting these things. It is a choice. Everything is a choice. Choose to create such things, and they will happen. But unless you don't, it's all relative. But expressing yourself from family, friends, anybody out there, the one thing you deeply have to understand more than anything is taking no for an answer. Don't take no for an answer. Don't, no matter what is happening around you, no matter how frustrated you are, the more you choose something, the more likely it will happen. It is as simple as the more you are consistent with something, the more likely it will happen. Just like my channel, it's not perfect, and that's okay, but the more consistent I am, the more I push towards what I'm creating, little by little, brick by brick, it will grow itself into something grandiose. a great building, a great statue, brick by brick. As you aim small, you miss small, and that is why I'm constantly and consistently bringing out information after information after information after information, like the Energizer Bunny. I just keep going and going and going, and that is important for you to do, is to keep going even when you feel things are not going well, even in your darkest hour, even when it feels as though there is no way I can get out of the situation. Keep going as who you truly are, and keep expressing yourself. Even if it's not perfect, sometimes one of the hardest things for us to do is express what we are not, to be who we truly are. And in order to grow past that, to love what we desire, to get past what we desire, to push what we desire at the end of the day, and seeing just the beauty, seeing just how amazing, seeing the divinity within who we are, because we are the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So remember that to know thyself is to know the creator within who you are. So to everybody out there, have a good morning, have a good time, and a fantastic evening. Namaste.